got NA West right after this, and I mean right after this.
Yeah, there is going to be a pretty quick turnaround, so don't go anywhere. It's action after action. We'll hop on over to that region and get everything fully covered. But for DJ and Niamzo, the story is just beginning right here, right now. What can they do now to go ahead and win this drop? The last game did not go according to plan. It was pretty clear that things just went awry as they had to slide on in to Nosh and company there for Macwood and Donnie. They've been having a struggle of a day. This is the first time we actually get to see them like in game for longer than just the drop here. This has been a contested drop for Bucky and company, but also now visited by others here that have been landing on the spot. So Daily Bugle, man, it's been a rough one for the most part. There it is. That's Nico in duo down low. A lot of fights going on here, man. This is gonna be an exciting one as we start bending into the true finals. Like, will this just be uncontestable? People give it up? Will these teams even be able to make it in the future weeks? Because that's really what's going to determine what happens here. On Chonker Speedway, though, trouble in paradise as Booga is down and very lit up. I wonder what happened here.
Yeah, I was about to say, my eyes are peeled in that top left-hand corner because they have been uncontested. I'm pretty sure he got gunned out of the air, which means somebody must have just pulled an MK7 early on, and it looks like we're actually going to get a replay of what happened here. So a little bit of a stutter going on. Let's see if Monster or Nostradamus, and yep, unfortunately, this is what happens when you're on one of those longer bus paths and just pulled right out of the air, doing his best King impression at the Solo World Cup, who in match number 2 actually didn't even get to play the game, got taken out by Creo on his way flying in. However, this is duos, it's not solos, so Booga, despite having the crown there, is going to be glad that Miro is there to back him up and get him back up on his feet, because they're on the outside looking in right now, Monster.
Yeah, very, very tough position to be in right now. They're playing with a one-hand tie behind their back. A lot of room to make up for them, so I am rooting for them to see what can happen now. For DJ and Niamzo, I can't believe they're going for this fight when everything is riding on the line. Not only for Byla and Knifer, but for them as well. They are so close in points. They look, if you just look at the number next to Knifer's name, that's 11 and DJ's number is 12. This is where they stand currently in the updated standings. Now they're winning this fight. They're going to force them out, but someone else is here. Those shots come in from the side angle. Who was that? Smacked and Casker roll up. This could be so bad for everyone here.
Yeah, 11 and 12 tried to throw a party, but it wasn't 13 who rolled in. 32 came riding over the hill and said, hey, we hear some shots. What's going on over there? And now all of a sudden, limited builds, limited bullets. They try and split to do their best, make sure Yamzo has enough to fight with. But based off of the play so far today, you would think Yamzo and DJ would feel pretty confident being able to take this fight, and it's going forward right away. Immediate piece over the top, gets the cone over on it, tries to find the player, not able to isolate him out. And the problem with that edit course, it looked slick, but that was over 50% of his builds. He had 19, and now he's down to 8. And if you don't get that immediate cone off, now you're kind of sitting there being like, well, I need at least 4 builds to play defensively. What are you going to do with just the other 4? He needs to find a little bit of an angle, and so far instead just going to get the shield chipped out, and the tensions continue to rise here. This is no denouement. This is their entire tournament right here. It all comes down to this fight and whether or not they're going to be able to take down Smacked and Casker, who are no pushovers despite where they're on the leaderboard today.
Yeah, definitely. Smacked and Casker have been playing with one another for a long time. They used to be the kings of Retail Row. Now, of course, the map's mixing up here. You have a new drop spot in play. I do want to commend Iamzo, though. At least he comes back into the catacomb here, right back into those old builds, gets the resling. He'll toss the bag a little bit there. The overbuilding was definitely flashy and called for, but another team rolls up. They kind of catch wind of this. It's Qua and Magnolia, another duo that is very seasoned. And although they are down on the leaderboards, all of these guys are equally as good and dangerous right now. So you don't want to mess with any of them. Luckily for them, look at this. Nice little chug splash find. They managed to back off. Things work out for them. A lot of teams would not have gotten out of that position. Like a lot of teams, that would have been the end of the tournament run right then and there.
Workout is generous, but they're still got a chance. They were able to disengage. I think they would have preferred probably any other situation. I mean, landing there and not getting the llama generally is a pretty feels bad, man. However, still having the opportunity to play through the game, and every time they have made it to the end game, they've done well, but that's been on the back of getting that space, getting that llama, getting the control, having the chili chug splashes, having the excess materials early on. The thing out of that rotation path is if you're not leaving early, there is nothing to farm, and I mean nothing in a